Looks like it's getting connected.
It's like mine says live.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So this is another installment of Wrapping with Wrapify. I believe this is episode 8. And today's topic is America 2.0, the new normal. And, that means a lot of different things to everybody on the call. But I wanted to talk about, how selling in general has fundamentally changed, how marketing has fundamentally changed. A couple days ago, I did a really awesome live session with Udi from Gong, and we talked about how, adjusting to the new normal is what everybody's got to do. Waiting and having siege mentality so that you could turn on all the things that were on 2 months ago is just a failed exercise. So why don't we kick it off with Doug? Love to hear your thoughts on America 2.0, the new normal.
Appreciate that, James. Thank you. Excited for this one. So one thing that I've been talking about and we're hearing from clients and we're seeing actually as we go out, we just launched one of our 7-Eleven campaign recently, is that there's been a hyper localization to not just advertising, but what people are experiencing now. So, people are still out, they're out and about, they're doing they're exercising, they're getting their essentials, their groceries, what they need to get done, but they're doing it in a very condensed area. They're not leaving unless they have to really leave. So where people would travel 10, 15, 20 miles, if they don't have to, they'll be in their 1, 2, 3 mile radius. So what does that mean for a company like us or for anyone who's in advertising? It means you're really honing in on your core audience. For Wrapify, this has been part of what we do anyway. Our drivers operate in that hyper local area. We geofence the areas we're targeting. So, and for the bigger companies that have the billboards, the street furniture, what's become more popular for them is, again, their inventory in the specific areas. And I think that's going to be something we see for a while. People are going to start to want to go out, so they will be out more, but they're also doing it to support also their local communities, which have taken a huge hit. So support that local store that you always used to go to instead of traveling a little further to go to the more fancy place. So I think it's just going to be a hyper localization for a while until we get really, really comfortable in understanding where this COVID-19 is gone.
Cool. Jason?
For me, with all of us working from home, there's going to be a resurgence of ice cream trucks for adults. So I think adult beverage, I'm kidding. But on the note of working from home.
That's a cool idea though.
I know, I've been thinking about that. Just playing
app-enabled ice cream truck that also serves alcoholic beverage, fun for the kids, fun for the whole family.
And there's some brand play there. But what I don't think is, you see this on the right side of LinkedIn. Offices are dead. Corporate real estate is dead. We're going to want to meet with each other again. Like we were just talking before this, Doug, you cannot wait until you're not working from home. But one thing that this has done, we were on a meeting the other day with a VP, James, you were in it, a VP at a very well-known CPG brand. In the middle of the meeting, her daughter runs in and starts asking her a question. Now that's not going to be, once we get over this, kids will be back in school, we'll have daycare and all those things. But that really created as corny as it sounds, like a real moment. We got to peek inside her life. It's not this weird business, just strictly business relationship. I have kids, we're talking about that. So I think there's going to be, less BS, less of the business jargon, and we all went through this together. Like this was a global thing, and that's going to have ramifications to how we communicate, to sales, email copy. Like if you're relying on what you used before this, like very corporate, big chunks of copy, this is how I did it. Like we don't have time for that. Like give me text, show it to me like I'm getting text all the time by all my coworkers in Slack. I need to see it as I saw it. So we're all going to be working together, but we have to adapt how we communicate. How we're doing it now, we should carry over when we're all back together, handshaking and probably not hugging or Italian kissing, but closer in proximity.
Yeah, I mean, that's seeing kids pop into the background or hearing noise in the background is the new normal, and I think we're all pretty used to it. Something that was interesting yesterday, the Wrapify HQ office is about 4 miles from my house. So I've been fortunate enough to be able to come here and be able to focus and have my office space to myself while continuing to social distance. And I drove by homes that I didn't even know had kids in them, but there were kids playing in the driveway. And I saw kids playing in their driveways, because like when I was growing up, that's what we did. We were outside from when the sun went up to when the sun came down. And we didn't really have, this thing and an iPad and a bunch of, we had video game consoles, but I'd rather be outside. But it was really cool to see, like, it's gotten to the point where there's the kids' attention span for all the stuff that's being fed to them in a rectangle is we've surpassed that, and they want to actually go outside and play. So I thought that was really cool. Like, that was actually a really like a day brightening moment for me as well. I was like, I didn't even know kids lived in this neighborhood. But yeah, going back to like what you were saying in terms of meeting in person. Yeah, we have to, our marketing message has to be way more personal. It has to be way more pinpointed. It has to be more timely, and it has to be very, very refined to that specific audience. So the spray and pray era is over. And if you're sending out mass email message, it's funny. I said I rarely ever share memes on LinkedIn, but this one was just so applicable because I get an email every single day. Hi James, I hope this email finds you well. And yeah, it's like when an email finds you well. I love that. Brian, what do you got to say about the new normal?
I'm fascinated where delivery services go. As somebody that's in the middle of Manhattan, I can get all kinds of delivery, but really, at least in our apartment, we really only use it for like seamless deliveries of food. I never really needed to use Drizzly because I would pass a liquor store or a place I could grab some beer on the way home. I never needed to get other types of delivery for packaged goods or things because there's a CVS and a Dwayne Reed and a 7-Eleven all across the street from my apartment. But now, taking it from New York and then expanding the delivery capabilities to people that never dabbled in it before, like never bothered with Instacart or never bothered getting fast food delivered because you just go to the drive-through or you just go and go grab your Happy Meal inside. The prevalence of people going, wait a minute, I could just get that all delivered? I could have got this delivered the whole time across the country, not just like in my apartment in the middle of Manhattan. I'm fascinated to see where that goes and see, because people will go outside for everything else. But I'm kind of fascinated to see what happens if they go, you know what? I'm not wearing the mask to the grocery store. I'm just doing this new Instacart thing I heard about. That evolving nature of delivery is really, really interesting to me. And I think that might be like the new sort of rideshare innovation that comes out of this is, last mile deliveries and grocery stores maybe having their own system instead of relying on a third party where they have someone else do it. Where that goes and the innovative ideas and app enabled services that come out of that, it kind of reminds me of rideshare and Uber starting in the recession.
Yeah. And while we try to stay away from speculation, I think the new normal I guess, the 3.0 is we're going to see automated delivery bots that are branded.
Sure, drones, all that.
And maybe Wrapify will have something to do with that. But seeing being able to have a little refrigerator inside on wheels rolling down the street branded in your favorite CPG brand, like that vision is as clear as day to me, and I'm looking forward to it. Making it so that the deliveries are going to the back of the store and you don't have folks inside the store getting in the way, and streamlining that process will also make it so this is, because right now the big challenge is it's just not like the current way that all these delivery platforms work in terms of having a gig operator go into the store and pick stuff off a shelf doesn't make sense. So it just doesn't work. But I think we're going to refine that, and I'm excited. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to see where the delivery economy goes. I'm excited to see all the the folks on our platform, the almost 300,000 drivers on our platform that the portion of them that also participate in delivery services, what they're going to be able to do in the coming months and coming years. Well, I think this is an awesome Wrapping with Wrapify. I really appreciate all you guys being able to hop on. We'll try to keep these things rolling. If you want to see the replay or any of the other Wrapping with Wrapifys, go to what is the URL again?
Outbound TV.
Outbound.tv. Go to outbound.tv. There's a Wrapping with Wrapify section within outbound.tv. It's put on by our friends at Lead IQ. Really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks.
See ya.